Oh, Salak. Yeah, we on. Shalom, shalom, shalom. How y'all feeling? Can I be heard? Just want to see something. Put a one in the chat if I can be heard. Shalom, everybody. Wanna shalom. Dalit Chadash, shalom. Okay. I just want to make sure. I got it plugged in. Okay, come. Come on. Come on, shalom, brother. Shalom. What's going on, family? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a minute. We back at it though. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Yeah, we'll start in a little bit. How's everybody feeling, man? How's everybody's week? Forget work. We concentrate on the Most High this Friday night. Shalom, beautiful people. That's right. You did Tawab? All right, cool. That's what's up. All right then. Well, we got first fruits around the corner. Take off this hat for y'all. Get upset. Yeah, you said what? Oh, you got a new fern plant? Yeah, I'm about to get a little plant myself now. Yeah, my sister want to come over and set up a little garden or something like that. Yeah, we'll see how that work out. But hopefully everything was good. Got a little something for y'all today. But first and foremost, con. Yeah, first and foremost, we want to, honor and praise the Most High for gathering us here together today on this Friday Sabbath evening class. The title of it is going to be "What's Going On in the World," like we always do. So I'm just going to pull a little bit from a little bit of everywhere, and hopefully it should be interesting. Got some pop culture up in there, so hopefully it keeps y'all attention span. But first things first, let's take care of business. Let's get first fruits, right? So it's a commandment. It's a high holy day. One of the high holy days that we got where all the men should gather together, and Most High willing, we'll be doing that tomorrow. So let's read Proverbs. Let's get it on the big screen. I feel like sharing my screen today. So let's get it. Yes, sir. Share the screens. All right. So hopefully that y'all can see that. And then let's get Proverbs. 3, verse 9. So it says, honor the Most High with thy substance and with the first fruits of all thine increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy precious shall burst out with new wine. Right? So honor the Lord with thy substance, man. Now, we're not in our agricultural state like we were in antiquity. So what we do is we present ourselves. All right? We present ourselves. What this means to me, what first fruits means to me, is you want to give the Most High the best of you, right? If anybody goes to, a store, something like that, you go to a pizza spot, man, you grab a couple slices of pizza. It's almost like giving your best friend or your friend or something like that the best slice. and then you get the little rinky dink one. Okay. So we want to make sure that that we get the Most High all we got, the best of us. It's not going to be like that always, but we definitely want to show that we want to show the best effort, right? We want to give the best of the Most High in all aspects of our life, right? We're not trying to give him, corn or fruit with blemishes on it, right? It's got to be the best kind, right? We give the Most High the best, right? We don't save it for us, right? We don't save it for us. Leviticus 23:10. Leviticus 23:10. Let's get it. So one more and then we'll move on. Because that's definitely important. So this is Leviticus chapter 23:10. Speak unto the children of Israel. Notice how it said the children of Israel, one nation. It's one nation. He's not talking about the whole world and the different nations out there. He's talking to the children of Israel. Keep that in mind. And say unto them, when ye come into the land which I have given unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest. Man, so this is a tradition that we're trying to tap back into. It's a tradition that we're trying to tap back into, because we don't have no tradition here. All right. Not one that should be honored and respected. All right. We have some aspects of this tradition or this culture that we have called American history, the revolutionary history, like Nat Turner and all that, Harriet Tubman and all that. That's honorable. That's respectable. Standing up to oppression. You got the Black Panthers, right? Even though that kind of fell short because they didn't have Yahushua as their foundation. And obviously the so-called white man just invades anything productive that we do for ourselves anyway. So, especially when it don't have Yahushua up in it, So, this is for real our culture. This is for real our tradition. And that's why we go out to the highways and the byways and here on these internet digital streets, and we tell our people who they are and what we're all about. And this beautiful history and this beautiful culture that we have in the scriptures, So, it's paramount for you to get a hold of a King James Bible, right? Or look for it in your house, dust it off, and start reading that thing. All right. Yeah. So let's get back to the chat. What's going on? It's a commandment. Deuteronomy 16:16. Yeah, I'll get it. Well, it's a commandment, but the commandments, when you talk about a tradition, it's something that's done annually, right? So it's like a family reunion, right? It's like a family reunion. You do it so much that it almost becomes law. Now, this was law, right? But law, tradition, it mingles and it merges. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's one and the same, but it becomes that way, right? Becomes that way. So Deuteronomy 16. So 3 times a year and shall all thy males appear before the Most High, thy God, in the place of which he shall choose, the feast of unleavened bread, the feast of weeks, right? And the feast of tabernacles. So those are the 3: feast of weeks, feast of first fruits, right? And they shall not appear before the Lord empty, right? So that's why we give our best agriculture, right? But that's why we present ourselves now as a sacrifice unto the Most High. So that's a little bit of it right there. But that's a good question. That's a good question. Hold on, let's stop the screen. Yeah, that's a good question, man. What we got going on? It's NLA. It's only right that we give them the best. Con. It's only right. Yeah, we don't want to half step. You know. Shalom. I am the bar, King. I am the bar. Yeah, man. It's glad to see you and hear you. You know, and to show yourself counted among the people. If y'all there in the background, say what's up. Shalom. All right. So what else we got? Right. Hey, and you know what? Not only that, but it doesn't have to stop there. And it shouldn't stop there. You should dedicate, just like how we dedicating, you know, agriculture, the best of our first fruits, our substance, you know, we should be doing that weekly. You know, that's what I do. I try to do, you know, and try to be consistent at it. You know, there's 7 days out the week, right? There's 7 days out the week. So if you could try to commit a couple days out the week, including the Friday night and the Saturday, right, which is the Shabbat, you know, you're going to be in good shape because you're going to give your portion of your week onto the Most High. You understand? Sorry, someone's calling me. Let me see what's going on. Is anybody? Okay, I thought someone popped up on the class. Yeah, but you should give the portion of your week to dedicate to the Most High, man. That's why I like to say finish strong, and how we finish strong over here, man. We start the end of this week dedicating it to the Most High, man, all the way until the first day of the week, which is so-called Sunday. So it's just something to think about, man. Just something to think about, you know. Yeah, man. But I've been on this mission right here. Let's get let's get John chapter 15 real quick. I'll share my screen. To the best of our ability. That's right. Let's get 1 John. First John chapter 15. And I say this is because, you know, life has, you know, not only are you your own worst enemy, you know, you kind of get in the way of yourself. So, you know, blurting your plans out, you know, sometimes that gets kind of derailed a little bit because you are battling your flesh. Sometimes you don't want to tell your left hand what your right hand's doing. All right. And you got to understand that sometimes you block yourself from your blessings. And you see it a lot in today's world, right? So, you know, it's good to keep it in, right? So that way you could accomplish it better. Sometimes when it leaks out into the universe, you know, there's other people, there's other spirits, you know, that might not like it. You might have a good plan that you're trying to come through for the Most High for. You know, you might got plans for your family, for the community, you know. But if you keep on telling everybody, you know, maybe, you know, something might come against it. That's why, you know, I'm on this tip, walking with the Spirit, man, and keeping everything internally, you know, and having it kind of like a sanctuary in your mind. You feel me? What is this? No, okay. It's funny how the phone rings when the class begins, huh? John 15. Right. So abide in me and I in you. This is John 15, verse 4, abide in me and abide in you, as a branch cannot bear fruit of itself, right? A branch cannot bear fruit of itself, man. We need that root. We need that root. And if we're doing things in the spirit of Yahushua, not to be seen of men, if we talking to him instead of talking to everybody else, we might be getting some things done now, because that's the root. That's the root. All right. And the root obviously is going to go down. It's going to go down into the earth. It's going to spread. All right. And at the end, it's going to siphon all those nutrients in the soil, so that way that fruit could bear. And that fruit could be your goals, your aspirations, could be relationships, job, career, whatever you're really yearning for, right? Whatever you're really yearning for. There's not really so much that a coworker is going to help you out with when you tell them your plans. It's not really going to be beneficial. How about this moving forward? How about when we set something in our mind, we do it, and then we might tell a couple folks about it, man. Then we might tell a couple folks about it, man. But I was on that. It's just a random little thing, yeah, man. So that's what we on, man. We walking in the spirit, man. We abide in Yahushua, in the Most High, because we can't do it alone. A lot of times, even me, even when I was in my 20s, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take this on. I can take this on. It's like, I need a little backup. I need a little bit of power. I need a little bit of power. I need some spiritual power to get through this. I keep on getting in my own way. It's like I trip over my own foot, right? It's like you trip over your own foot. You get stuck, right? Yeah, man. Can't get right. Right? You take 2 steps forward, you take 5 steps back. And you wonder why. That's why when Chief Free was talking about what your faith level is, if your faith level is low, you might, you know what? I'm probably gonna have to do this by myself. But the Most High is with you. Yahushua is with you. And that's why we trying to come through for him and do these holy days, to do the brotherly love, to keep it, to gather, to congregate together, not hide our talents, right? Lest they be dispersed among the members, right? And yeah, man. Because I know how it is, man. Life has its ups and downs, but the thing that should be consistent is your communication with the Most High. I know a lot of people don't pray out here, but you should just keep in mind that you can't do it by yourself sometimes, right? I know you might see other people. He ain't doing what I'm doing, or she ain't doing what I'm doing, and they getting blessed left and right. Right? But there's something waiting for you. The Most High says that Yahushua is preparing a place for us. All right. And it's been a long time that he's been preparing this place, man. So whatever blessings that we have in store is going to be more than abundance. I know we might not all be where we want to be in this kingdom, but what's being prepared for us is so much greater. It's so much greater, man. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So, when we come to that decision, when we're not going to get in our own way, this is what we should do. All right. Let's get Psalms 139. I'll come back to the chat in a minute, man. But the water for your love and support and your diligence. I really do appreciate y'all. and appreciate the platform for having me on. It's been it's been a blessing. It's been a ride, man. It's been like 3-some years now, right? So we gonna keep it going, man. Keep this journey going. It's a beautiful thing. Well, let's get Psalms 139. Psalms 139. I'll be back up in there, man. Hold on. 139. 23. All right. So this is King David. He said, what is I hate him with a perfect hatred. Ooh. But we ain't on that today. And you should hate them with a perfect hatred, man. They stole your identity. These damn Amalekites, so-called Israelis, stealing your identity. I'm going to talk about them too, because that's what's going on in the world. Because we talk about our King David having hatred. A lot of people got hatred for them Israelis right now because of what they're doing to them people over there. All right. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But this is Psalms 139, verse 23. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. Right. So that's pretty bold right there, because there's a lot of things that we might do, that we might say, that might be in our thoughts that might not be so forthcoming, right? So you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to change, man. You gotta be ready to change so you can get where you need to go in this life, and we all trying to make it to the kingdom, and that should be the number one destination. And that's why we should put our best foot forward and give the Most High our best gifts. Right? If you're good at editing videos, right? And it's for this truth, and it's for your congregation, man, go ahead and edit them videos, man. If you got a talent for it, do it. Especially when you got your Howard shop with you, It could be anything, right? If you like photography, art, drawing and everything, right? Music, definitely the music. I mean, that's like second to none, right? With our people, right? Because everybody want to do a track. I mean, that's good because you want to give the Most High your best. You don't want to get on the beat and then, start mumble rapping. Nah, man. You want to put your best foot forward and get the Most High the best. What else to say? And see if there be any wicked way in me, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Lead me in a prosperous way, man. Don't let my feet run to evil so quickly. I know. Righteous men fall 7 times 7. We understand that, and it's a process. This thing is a process, but it's one of the first things that we got to do, man, is we got to check ourselves. We got to evaluate ourselves. We got to be in a constant state of evaluation, especially up in this kingdom, because there's so many influences, and it can kind of get to our head, and we can probably see ourselves up out of this thing. So yeah, but there be any wicked way in me, because we all got a little bit of something. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows, right? So we all got to work on something. All got to work on something constantly. It's a constant battle. The thing is a constant battle with yourself, But once you can get that together, like the general says, man, everything else is a walk in the park. It's a walk in the park. It's easier said than done, but once you accomplish it, once you got it 75, 85%, right? Then you well on your way, man. And then you could let your light truly shine. And other people will pick up on that, the vibration that you give off, especially when you know yourself. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. What's going on? What's going on in the chat? Stop the recording. I can remember Yasharala. I like that. You got me pray just to make it today. Pray without ceasing. Yeah, right. We shouldn't stop. But it's a skill. It's more of a skill too. It's more of a skill. And sometimes it's like, when you at the workhouse, right? You go in the bathroom, face the east and get it, right? You go in the bathroom a little bit, face the east. Boom. Yeah. hey, I'm gonna go on break. I'm gonna go on break. Go on break. Like, man, most high, like, yo, gotta get right. You know what I'm saying? Search my heart. If there be any wicked way in me, man, just let me make it through the day. Let me make it through the day. Let me get my portion. Let me make it through the day. Let me get my portion. Keep these devils off of me right now, okay? Because they go. I'm about to light this place up, all right, and get fired. All right, let me go back in there, get my mind right, and boom, and you go back in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it is. That's how it is. You know how Esau is. You know how Esau be, man. What's going on in the world, man? We talking about what's going on, and that's truly what be going on. That's truly is. It be happening to me. It happen to everybody. You heard? Be happening to me. Happen to everybody. Oh, I love that, man. Pray without ceasing. All right. Pray without ceasing, man. Oh yeah. It's a constant battle. Constant battle. The water king. The water, I appreciate you. The water. You can say constantly. Yes. 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 God. Love it. All right. Now, I was just talking to my sister a little bit, right? I think it was like a week ago. And she was like, well, I got a friend, got a friend, and she's trying to get into the Christianity now. I was just like, oh, and as I looked at her, I was like, oh, really? And then she was like, yeah, and but man, she thinks that she's just too good for everybody now, And I'm like, oh yeah. That's that holier than thou thing, man. That's a toxic spirit to be in right there. That's a toxic spirit because you're gonna think that your stuff don't stink, right? Especially with her, you know how picky. I'm picky too. I ain't gonna, but I ain't gonna ask nobody for saying something I ain't gonna like, It could be whatever. It could be whatever, You know how that is, right? You say one thing wrong on the date and it's over with, type stuff, right? Yeah, man. You gotta say everything right. You gotta be politically correct, right? You gotta be walking on eggshells, right? You can't even be yourself, right? And that's kind of how that Christianity is too. It's like you just gotta put on this front like you just this perfect thing, and that's just not how I like the role, and this ain't how this truth is neither. You got to be yourself. You got to be yourself. You got to be yourself because if you can't be yourself around people, you can't be anything. Can't be anything. No, but anyway, so let's go back. Let's go back and get some of that. Let's go back and get some of that. 1 John, I'm gonna get 1 and 8. Ooh, hold on. What is this? Oh, okay. That little spam popped up. Okay, 1 John 1 and 8. 1 John 1 and 8, y'all. I know I've been out for 2 weeks, man. Let me get it back. I'm a little rusty. Hold on. Come. But this is it right here, man. Shoot. Because this is what these Christians be doing. This is what my sister's friend be doing. If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, man. And the truth is not in us. So we can't walk around like we just perfect. Can't just walk around like we just perfect and then just act superficial to everybody else. Sticking our nose up. Because that's what they do. That's what the so-called white man, woman, and child do when we walk down the street. When we go and we try to shop and buy and sell in their stores, especially if we good at it. especially if we good at it now. You know, it's going to be a lot of that animosity. Right. Verse 9, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us for our sin and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness, man. So it's a constant battle. Constant battle, man. You just can't walk into a church and then hear the pastor, because you know you ain't getting no scriptures. You can't just walk in there and say, you know what? Everybody that didn't go to church today, I'm giving them hell. You know, that's not how that goes, man. That's not how that goes. But that's how people are sometimes. That's how people are, you know. And that was an example of last week on how that, you know, and that's why, man, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. There's some things that church do that's good, but this one right here, man, with that holier than now, yeah, man, that's a little intolerable right there. Yeah, we as filthy rags. Filthy rags, that's right. Whereas filthy rags, man, ain't no one good but the Most High. That's what Yahushua said. You know, ain't no one good but the Father, right? The Most High is good, right? I got some work to do. I got some work to do, all right? But the Most High is good, though. You know, he keep me out of trouble when I'm going off, you know. That's why I love to say, man, can't complain. Can't complain at all, man. Can't complain at all. What'd you say, brother? I know one thing. My uncle was a Muslim. My uncle, as a Muslim, is worse than my mother under Christianity. Oh, he's way up. Hey, before you leave, I got something for you. Hold on. Let's get this. Let's get this. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Because I was going to bring this up. You know, and that's why I wanted to. I know we talk about that too, but that Palestine Gaza stuff is wild. All right. Now, are they different versions of the so-called white man? Yeah. And are really just killing each other? Yeah, of course. We're going to bring out 2 Kings too. All right. They're just a whole bunch of plunderers over there. Right. So that's why we stay out of it. But for the so-called Muslims in the chat, riddle me this. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to get 2 scriptures for you. In your book. In their book. Right? Ooh. What are all these spam? Okay. So this is in there, but watch this. Watch this. Watch this. All right. Let's stop screen. We're going to present. Next time I got to do it properly. All right, hold on. All right. So this is Al-Barakra 122, right? Surah, verse 2, I think. The cow. Oh, no. Surah, the cow, Al-Barakra, verse number 122. And what does it say right here in the Quran, the unholy Quran? What does it say? Oh, children of Israel, remember my blessing, which I bestowed upon you. And that I made you superior upon the worlds. Made you superior. All right? Let's get it again. Hold on. So he said that made you superior. So here in Muhammad's book, we're the ones that's superior. We're the ones that's superior, right? And in the Deuteronomy 7 and 6, what does it say? For thou art a holy people, right? Special. Set apart. That's what holy means. Set apart. That's why these traditions and these laws that are laws, statutes, and commandments, which is like our culture, right? Tradition, culture, the laws, the commandments, all these things, they merge into one. And they become a specific group of people. That's really what I was trying to say earlier, right? All these different things that we do in the scriptures that we did in antiquity that we forgot because we betrayed the Most High, and now we're off worshiping rock and stone, Christianity, Islam, right? Listen, I can show you black Arabs getting called all types of names. Okay, there was an uproar about this Indian man, right? I want to bring it up. Oh, so bad. There's this uproar about this Indian man um, during the Met Gala. Indian guy. I don't know what his name is though. I think it's like Shah Khan or something like that. Something Khan. Listen, the only Khan I'm saying is Khan to my brothers here. Shah Rukh Khan. That's his name. This dude right here. Oh, let me get it. Hold on, let me get it. I'll be right back. Be right back. Hold on. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this, man. Before I stop screen. This dude right here, this Shah Rukh Khan dude. All right. Now listen, man. Listen, man. This so-called white man is everywhere, and they're plagued with colorism too. This man's all over the place with bleaching creams. All right, and they got mad because they thought that our two sisters, Teyana Taylor and somebody else, didn't show them enough respect when it was the Met Gala for Black dandyisms. Now I think the whole thing's off. Them people look weird. The only regular person in there was Kai Cenat. All right, but that's the Bollywood dude. All right, and you could tell he bleaching his skin. You could tell he bleaching his skin too. Shah Rukh Khan, one of the most famous men, right? Hey, but you know what though? You know why they be mad though? Because we actually in this country, in this kingdom, they celebrate the darker skinned Indians more than the lighter skinned ones. So he's the creme of the creme right here. All right. Hold on. Let me get let's get that. Paste. Skin bleach. Yeah. All right. Where's it at? Yeah, so 6 celebrities who have been associated with skin bleaching, right? Oh, with all of these things, except he was a little bit darker right there too. He was a little bit darker right there, but no, they got little things about him, man. But it's all off. But anyway, back to the thing. Back to the moral of the story. Back to the moral of the story. Let's get Deuteronomy again. But you see where the surah was saying that, you know, we are holy and we are separate. And it's saying that same thing in the cow. Where is that at? Oh, Salaki. I got too many tabs. All right. Anyway, let's get back to it. Stop screen, present. But did you see that, brother? Did you see that? How it says in the cow that the Most High made the Israelites superior than all people, right? And if Adam was made from the dust of the ground and we're all different shades of brown, you know, we shouldn't be doing that skin bleaching. Like we got issues with that. We be changing our nose, we do the skin bleaching, we do all these different things, right? Oh yeah, and then the Black Arabs, so-called Black Arabs, and even the African Arabs, Hamite Arabs, man, they all going through it, and that's why I really ain't got no love for their plight, because in Saudi Arabia to this day, you know, they still consider you a slave, and they'll use it as a byword too. In them countries, TikTok is a beast. We can go on TikTok right now and get some of that stuff, right? I just get a little dizzy with all the tabs, you know, but I got it for days. But maybe next time I'll do a little something with that. But Deuteronomy 7:6 is saying it right here. For thou art a holy people, separate unto Yahweh thy power, the Lord thy God, right? God meaning power, right? The Lord thy God, Yahweh thy power, hath chosen thee to be a special people, unto himself, man. It's It's a very intimate, what is that? Exclusive, right? It's not inclusive. Not everybody can get this. Not everybody can get this. Not everybody can understand this. All right. It wasn't given to everybody. All right. And then what? We're going to be what? Above all people upon the face of the earth. Above all people upon the face of the earth, man. Because we've been at the bottom for such a long time now. Even though we're brilliant, we've been inventing things in this country that we can't even thrive without now, like the microwave and the street lights and that computer chip that we all got, the cell phone that we all got, right? You know, we on 5G now, but a so-called black man created the first G when it comes to this whole Wi-Fi networking thing. Okay, so put some respect on the Most High's people. All right, we're brilliant. We're resilient. All right. We got the blood of these kings in us, right? We got the blood of these slaves in us, man. And we just have a spirit of resiliency. We have a revolutionary spirit that's been riled up in us. I know you know about that Ryan Hinton and his father, right? We're not playing that no more, right? We're not playing that no more, right? If you take one of ours, we know you're going to get off scot-free now. I know Lil Boosie had a little something to say about that, but he's cursing, so I don't want to play it. But that's a very real thing, right? Lil Boosie said an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, if you get what I'm coming at, right? But anyway, let's get another one. Let's get another one though. Let's get another one from the Quran. It said what? This is Surah Al-Isra, Ayah 2. All right. I don't know really what that means. But it's from the setup, right? Verse 2. 17 and 2. And we gave Moses the scripture and made it a guidance for the children of Israel. All right. So we over here getting in your book, in your father's book, right, that he's reading, it's telling him, if he's reading this, that the actual truth has been given to Moses. All right. It's been given to Moses. All right. So the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be made a guidance to the children of Israel, not to the children of Ishmael. All right. That you do not take other than me as a disposer of affairs, right? And another explanation, right? I gave Moses, peace be upon him, the Torah. Oh, man, it's right there. It's right there. He gave Moses the Torah and made it a guide, a manual for the Israelites. And I said to the Israelites, do not take besides me any guardian to whom you entrust your affairs. Rather, place your reliance in me alone. Right. So I'm worried about our people and our affairs. I'm not worried what's going on across the pond, across the Middle Passage. All right. Over the Atlantic. I'm not really worried about that. I got to worry about my people, because time and time again, you feel sorry for these people. And then you see sisters over here talking about, yeah, the people in Saudi Arabia, they telling me to bleach my skin and I'll be beautiful. Yeah, the people up in Jordan or whatever. It's mostly Saudi Arabia though. It's funny how Trump went there too, right? Because they'd be the ones that's be mainly perpetuating that stuff, right? I don't really hear a lot of noise in Egypt. I don't really hear a lot of noise in Jordan. Syria got sent up, and I know brothers just be passing through Turkey, just getting their little hair transplants. So I don't know what's going on in there. But Saudi Arabia be the main culprit. They'd be the main culprit for this stuff, man. And they had the Arabic slave trade too, or the Mediterranean slave trade is what some of us like to call it too as well. So, two scriptures, man. two excerpts out of the Quran saying that Moses was given the truth and that the Israelites are the most superior or are the superior people in the world. And we can parallel that with Deuteronomy 7:6. All right. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, man, them people that's the children that's suffering, man, all right. Right. And that's why we got to come back. I look at it like that. You know who the true devil is now. Y'all know who the true devil is now. All right. And it's funny how, I'm going all over the place, but it's funny how our people, women, I don't want to get on the sisters, but they've been set up, these Planned Parenthoods now. And they've been that way for a long time, and we've been aborting and killing our children. You know what I'm saying? And it's just funny, though, how Amalek, who is the Israeli, right, who says he's a Jew and is not a Jew, it's funny how he's now known for killing babies, but killing other babies. And that's not the curse. That's not the curse, right? The curse is supposed to be, on ourselves. We're not causing harm to anybody else. All the afflictions is coming on us, right? So that's just funny how they're taking different aspects of it, and it's getting flipped on them, right? The world hates us because of the images that are portrayed on our people, right? Hates us, right? You got South Africans talking about we diluted. If I hear another South African talk about we diluted, all right, I'm going to Cape Town. Petty with a diluted shirt on. But there's so much animosity, man. So much animosity for our people that's really uncalled for, because we ain't bombing nobody, right? We ain't hating on nobody. Oh, let's remove that. We ain't hating on nobody. We ain't bombing nobody, man. So, what's all this animosity for, right? What's all this animosity for? Oh, he's for the scriptures. Yeah, con. Hey, man, get those in your arsenal, too. Get those in your arsenal. Because I know downtown Chicago and everything, sometimes they be out there. Yeah, they be out there, so you need to let them know. Because some of them damn Palestinians are some damn white supremacists. And, I had a neighbor. He was Palestinian. He invited me over, so I went up over there, man. I can't turn out no tequila and orange juice, And I thought he was all right. He was kind of cool or whatever. We was talking about computers and all that type of stuff, man. And then we was talking hella stuff about Amalek though. I wasn't calling him Amalek though, but we was talking hella trash on him. It was funny. But then I brought up reparations. Man, I got up out of there. So, man, I gotta. All right, hey, I gotta get up out of here. Oh, okay, man. No, it's all good. It's all good till you bring up reparations. It's all good. Oh, what's happening over there is terrible. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Yeah, so you think our people should get reparations too? Because we was done like that too. They was dropping bombs on us, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, but it shouldn't be cash, though. What do you mean it shouldn't be cash? Man, okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? Forget them kids, man. Man, because I'm about my people first, man. Make no mistake about it. Oh, yeah, Con. What's up? It also tells them to learn from the book. Yeah, that's the set of 1094. That's right. Yeah, but some people going to be stuck in their delusions, man. And it's going to take some time for that to kind of resonate. You might have to see it play out. You might have to see that thing play out, to be honest with you. You might have to see that thing play out. What you said? Yeah, they was bleaching the skin and everything. Yeah, I got a clip from Muhammad Ali, though, that I got it on my phone, though. I wanted to bring it up, but he's talking about modesty. And he was talking about like women back in the day wearing hot pants and all of that. And he was like, yo, why would I want anybody to see my woman's rear end? Some. Because, that's what you do when you have things for sale, man. You show it off like that. And I ain't showing off my wife like that. I was like, yo, he's lit. Someone get this man for Timothy, man. Someone get that man the book of Timothy, man. But there's a whole bunch of things, man, like that out there. Yeah, but yeah, the bleaching of the skin, like we've been there and done that. Been there and done that. Been there and done that, man. And I know these Africans got smoked, man, but while we was 1914, right? We was over here building Black Wall Street. In 1914, y'all was over there getting colonized. This is a white settler. This is a white settler colony, just like everything else, right? That's why the white man is in Job 9:24, the wicked, right? Because we got white settler colonialism everywhere. Even in the Caribbean, it's split in three: the French, the Spanish, and the British, right? So it's everywhere, man. And this is what happens when you're in a white settler colony. You hate yourself. Start to hate yourself, man. I know that I was, I'm in the burbs with it. Yeah, there was that blonde hair, blue eyed stuff looked pretty good. And I was like, damn, look at my eyes. My eyes ain't colored. Look at my hair. My hair's kinky. I don't got no hair no more. My hair's kinky. Like I want my hair to be like that. But you go, you read the scriptures that talk about them smelling like a wet goat, smelling like a wolf hopping out the shower. And their eye color, when you start to learn and you start to love yourself, love your nose, right? Love your eyes, love your skin tone, right? You start to learn that if you do got them brown eyes, you could see better. The green that you see out of blue eyes is a different green that you see out of a brown eye. And you understand? So it's truly a blessing, man. And we're truly superior when you put all these things together. Truly superior. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. They boast about how superior they are. Go tell that Italian man something about construction. He gonna tell you off. We built this whole thing. Yeah, all right. Knowing dang well all them houses in Louisiana was built by us, and they beautiful, and they still standing. Still standing. Can't even make them like that today. Built the White House and everything. All y'all did was just build the rocket ships, and y'all needed help from that. Hidden numbers, right? Y'all needed help just to get that thing off. So y'all still needed different aspects of the Most High to get to where you was going. Speaking about rocket ships, bring up that Golden Dome. Yeah, I have nephews in use. One of my sisters have 4 kids. Come. Speaking of the rocket ships, man. Hold on. Let's get this real quick. So what's going on in the world, fam? Hold on. You having fun yet? Stop the screen. Stop the screen. Yeah, we gotta do a PowerPoint next time. I'm sorry. All this clicking. Golden Dome. Right. It's coming straight out of the book of Obadiah, right? They exalt themselves, right? Like an eagle. Bro, you're going to need more coverage than that, man. Look at that. 25 billion, man. 25 billion. You know what we could have did a whole lot of damage with that. But that's all that they know how to do, man. That's all they know how to do. That's all they know how to do. Hey, before I do that, hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back real quick. I'm hopping all over the place. Let's go back. Let me get this too. 2 Kings. Hold on 1 second. Scattering all over the place. What we got? So let's take it from the top because I know I missed some things. So with this Ryan Hinton, right? The Ryan Hitton thing, man. We're getting tired of that. So we're gonna get Zechariah 11:5 before I start sharing stuff again. Let's get Zechariah 11:5. Let's get some scriptures. Come. Whose possessor? This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them, right? Like I just said that we're in we still in a colony. And ain't nothing united about these states. I don't know why they say that. What I do in Illinois, I can't do in New York. And what you can do in New York, you can't do in Alabama or Florida, right? But anyway, this white man crazy. But anyway, Zechariah 11:5, who possess or slay them and hold themselves not guilty. So you could shoot, had the body cam footage distorted, redacted, however you want to do it, and you can hold yourselves not guilty, man. You seen that courtroom, man. And it was all intimidating. This brother, man, he walked up in there, man. I was proud, man. Walked up in there, and you could tell, man, he was kind of gone. Like, and you know what? I just don't want to know what that feel like, as far as you losing a son to one of those devils. I don't want to know what that feel like, man. But I was there with him in that courtroom, man. And it should have been a crime of passion. It should have been a crime of passion, maybe a couple years, and then get him up out of there, right? Should have been a crime of passion, because time and time again, our possessors and these police officers and these Edomites, man, they show violence against our brothers and our sisters. They hold themselves not guilty too, right? And they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich." And their own shepherds pity them not, man. So they be getting away with murder. And it was illegal to murder black men, black people in this country at one point in time. That's for another class too, but I got slides on that. It's they hold themselves not guilty, man. Redlining. I ain't owned slaves. Well, nah. Yeah, but you probably was telling on brothers and sisters. You probably was a part of the lynch mobs. You probably got parents that got a little rag or two KKK memorabilia, right? Went to a little pickaninny or something like that. You was involved in some way. You didn't have to actually own physical slaves to contribute to our demise in this country, man. But that's what they like to do, man. They like to hold themselves not guilty. And that's why our people we got a new spirit, man. We got a new spirit, and we when we doing the eye for the eye thing and tooth for the tooth. We working with a whole new bag. We got a whole, so these people better watch out. And plus, these YNs ain't nothing to play with neither. Because I heard that somebody, hold on. Let's get that. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, but the two men that was hooded, the KKK members that was walking around in Atlanta. I know Snope said something. What was going on? But yeah, man. So they was out there and they had deleted two KKK members that was walking in the hood. Listen, and then there was like, listen, let Trump gas y'all up some more, and walk around like that again in our neighborhoods, right? So we got a whole new spirit here, man. This is not back in the day, right? Where we're just gonna turn the other cheek and just let you run all over us like you did some of our ancestors. We're not marching anymore, right? We're not marching no more. It's a very much retaliatory type of spirit, because it's like you had enough. You had enough. You're mentally damaged. You look around, your community ain't nothing. You only got 3 routes that they tell you that they got. even though you got way more than that, young black man, young black woman, young Hispanic man, young Hispanic woman of Negroid and Indian descent, you got way more than that. There's way more routes for you to take. Right? But the ultimate route is what? To follow the law, statutes, and commandments, right? You know, to search out for the Most High and to ask him who you are and what you're supposed to do here and what the truth is, to be honest with you. That's how you start your journey here. With a question. With a question. Make no mistake about it. Let's see, loco. Yeah, muy loco. See. Yeah. So what else? What else we got before we move on? Before we move on to that Golden Dome situation. Oh yeah. Hey, what up? Hey, what's going on, my God? Nika. I don't know. Hey, but this is what some of y'all homework though. Let's get 2 Kings 17 and 20. That's why I don't feel bad for these people, man. Well, I don't feel bad because they all plunderers. Stop screen. Present. And those aren't the same people there. If we read the whole thing, those aren't the same people that was there before. Those aren't the Palestinians that was there before. All right. And when we were there, right, just like that one Egyptian man had said, you know, they left black and they came back white. Okay. And nobody ordained, the Most High didn't ordain their resettlement into the land, man. It was the so-called white man. It was a man. It was men, right? Council of Nicaea, right? Great Britain or the UK. I always say Great Britain because I'm just stuck on World War II eternally. What we got? All right, yeah, let's get that. Zechariah, 2 Kings 17. Yeah, so you read all of that. What is this? Well, let's get that. So 2 Kings 17 and 20. So the Most High rejected all the descendants of Israel. He afflicted them and delivered them onto the hands of the plunderers, right? Until he had banished them from his presence. All right. I think that might be in a different translation, but I like this one, right? I like this one, man. So he delivered them into the hands of the plunderers, man. And that's what they are. They're plundering the land right now. They're trying to, to reestablish the greater Israel, but that's what they did, man. They plundered. And that's what they do here in America. They plunder Africa. You got the French over there. Plundering Burkina Faso. That's why they mad over there. Cause that 32-year-old brother, that brother is 32, ain't playing no games. I don't know if he's an Israelite or not, but I love it. I love every bit of it. You know that he said that we could come over there and get visas. Listen, man, like I'm not with it. I don't like all that dirt on the street. I don't like how it's like desert. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching a video of Burkina Faso. I was like, what if I did move over there? And I was watching like a little tour video. I'm like, man, that's why everybody wears sandals. You can't even wear shoes. It's too dirty. Like it's too dusty. I just can't do it though. I can't do it. Yeah, man, but man, you got plunderers, man, and that's what they've been doing. They've been plundering. France been plundering. Yeah, I'm serious though. It'd be too dusty over there. I can't do that. Can't do all that, brother. Hey, brother, stay strong, brother. Stay strong. Watch out for them Frenchmen. I think Trump invited him. To meet, but he was like, yo, I'm too busy building my country. And he was like, yo, that's disrespectful. So I think they're going to try to ask him, though. But you know what it is. It is what it is, though. They do it to us. I don't know what that Larry Hoover pardon is. I don't know what that is, though. That I don't know. I have no idea I don't know if that's strategic. I don't know if he, I just don't fall for that type of stuff. Um, the NBA YoungBoy pardon, I'm not really sure what that was. I think that's his son saying, "Yo, dad, let him go." Right? But we're gonna get into that little Tory Lanez thing. Hold on. Hold on, man. We're gonna get into that a little bit. Bearing false witness. We're gonna get into that. What is that? South Carolina Negro Act Section 4. The term Negro is confined to slave Africans, Asian Berbers, and their descendants are embraced to free and have the Canaanites of Africa. Yeah. If you can condense that and tell me what you're trying to get out of that, that'd be great. Yeah, but I don't got time to read the book in the comments, Salakia. But we're gonna move forward. But the water for your contribution. But yeah, we came all over. We came from the West Africa. We came from the shores of West Africa. We came from the south of Spain. You know, we was in different parts of India. It was everywhere, man. We were a little bit everywhere, right? But it was a prophecy that we was gonna be sold, right? And we were gonna have these bywords and be called these different things, man. Like the N word, right? And black. This is black. I'm not black. This is a shade of brown, right? My beard's black. My skin is a different shade of brown, right? So we're not a color. These are more like legal terms to determine your status, right, in society, right? And it's very systemic. It's still systemic to this day. If you don't believe me, try to get a loan for a house. Probably gonna have to try more than once with good credit. Shoot. So I haven't really ventured in that journey, but let's give someone to come to the Jewish ordinance. Now, what's the this is the South Carolina Negro Act Section 4 term. That's great. That's great. That's great, man. But I like the word Negro because there's a difference between Negro and they make a difference between the word Negro and in West Africa, as far as when you look at some of the 1800s books. Yeah, they knew where we were. All right. So like the Moors, what would you say? The Berbers and everything like that, right? All that's great, but they got a big fat Negro land in some of the 1800s maps of Africa, right? And they even got a Kingdom of Judah right by where the Ivory Coast is, where Benin and Togo is, right? So they knew who we were, and there was a difference in those people that were there, right? And that's fine, and that's fine, and that's all fine and dandy. Listen, that's not really doing anything, but you could make your point, and keep it moving. But I thought for the contribution, like the thing is, Silver Freak, you have to be very precise, and you said a lot, but you didn't say anything too as well. So you would just have to make the point and make it stick within 2 sentences, right? When you're in political science, when you're in a English class, when you're writing a paper, the first thing you do is you write the introduction. And the reason why you write the introduction, because you have to grab someone's attention. So you have to make a banger, have to make a statement, right? You just don't riddle off a dictionary or an encyclopedia. That's not going to get anybody's attention, right? So in your journeys in life, when you want to grab somebody's attention, when you got something that you want to say, let your words be few and make the point stick. All right. That's great. That's great. But we're going to keep on moving with the class. We're going to keep on moving with the class. We're going to put you on timeout. All right. And then that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it moving forward because I got a little bit more, and I'm bouncing all around. But I Thawada for all of that. But you're flooding the chat with all of that, and I just like to see, you know, our people and their comments and everything like that. But anyway, let's see here. No, I'm serious though. I mean, like that's great. It's great information. Great information, but it's just a little too much though. And you got to understand when you're dealing with so-called black people, you can't do too much. You have to be short, sweet, and concise, or else people just gonna never mind you. That's why our people don't even like history, because it's too much. It's like, oh, I ain't reading this whole book. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, brother. He mad now? Man, I was about to, you was about to copy and paste some more stuff. Hold on, you know. But that's how people are, man. That's how I used to be. I was real zealous with the info. I was real zealous. But anyway, but I'm here on Friday, so sure, you can come holler at me again, man. We may make a class about it. But anyway, but yeah, the Canaanites were black. All right, so were we. A lot of people were black, but there's only one children of Israel. And that's the tribe that we from, because we know the curses and we fit those curses. That's really the main point of this. Yes. Now, if you could grab a little bit and make it, you know, short and sweet, boom, 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 and make it line together with the scriptures, maybe 2 or 3 sources, that'd be great. That'd be great, right? Just like how I was doing with the syrup. Right? Short, concise, and sweet. Everybody moves on. Oh man, where am I at though, y'all? I'm just hold on. I'm at this point. I'm just freestyling. Let's see here. Man. But like I said, man, the Israelis, they going through it right now, right? So the curses are slowly turning. They slowly turning. Hold on, let's get something. Okay, that one. All right, cool. Let's get something else. Hey, Thawada, I appreciate you, man. But I don't mean no harm. I'm just trying to give friendly advice. I'm really trying to give friendly advice, because this is the digital highway. Anybody can pass through, and people probably got stuff saved on their little notepad, and they copy and paste thing and just flood information. But if you want to flood that much information, you could build your own platform, you know, and you could do it like that. You know, you probably got beautiful PowerPoints. You know, I would love to see them. All right. So they've been dogging them Palestinians so bad, right? That this is what all these places, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, obviously, Syria don't want it, Iran don't want them, Pakistan, all the Muslim countries, right? And you got Libya, don't want them neither, and Algeria don't want them, which is kind of new. Bangladesh don't want them. Honestly, Thailand's about to ban them, because there was a couple videos out, and them people is real, very rude, man. Them people has got a bad image right now all over the earth, and it's about damn time. Excuse my French. It's about time. Their image is done for. All right. They're over here in Romania, in Hungary, Austria, Czech Republic. They're going to these comedy shows, and people are asking them where they're from. Right. And they just laughing, making all these jokes. They're becoming the butt of everybody's jokes, just like we were. Becoming the butt of everybody's jokes, just like we were, man. It's about time. What else? Who else banned them? Malaysia, Australia. Really, they ain't gonna stop, you know. But yeah, man, it's a little change, man. It's a little change. I know Germany and Poland is kind of through with them a little bit, you know. People in the UK is a little bit through with them. I know there was a woman that kicked some out of Italy. Like, dude, we don't want your money. We don't want your money, right? And that's for an Israeli, for a Jewish, you don't want their money. Oh man. And now you're ruffling up some feathers, right? Because their money's always good, right? But not no more. Not no more. Hold on, let's get hey 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 Evelyn. Shalom, brothers and sisters, all praises to the Most High and Yahweh Shai. Shabbat Tawab. Tawab Lab here. Yep. Khan, brother. Khan, brother. Have a good night to you as well, man. All praises to the Most High. It's good to see you. Let's get Deuteronomy 28. Let's get some of them curses. Let's get some of them curses, man. I guess your screen. Oh, I can invite a guest on. Oh, okay. Okay. Deuteronomy 28. Right. So right here, man, some of these things are coming upon them too, right? Among these nations, y'all shall find no ease. You shall find no ease. So, when you doing an open genocide now, and it's IRL, it's an IRL stream. I mean, it ain't iShowSpeed, but it's it's an IRL stream. It's all over the place, man. You can see these children and these women. You can see it's like you watching Nazi Germany, bro, all over again. That's why it's worse. That's why it's worse than that, because we can actually see everything real time, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because now you can explain to a so-called Palestinian that I'm the real Jew. We're the real Jews over here. We're not even supposed to be back over there. We're exiles still. The Most High didn't deliver us back over there. And then they be like, oh, okay, maybe I get it now. Because they see the injustice that's going on over there, and it's not it. You can tell them, like, listen, when the true Jews go back over there, that's not going to happen. You're not ravishing men on some Diddy stuff in them jails when you return back to the land. You're not, you're not doing all those things, okay? Everybody's gonna be set in their own land. Obviously, there's gonna be some hardcore slavery going on. Yeah, y'all go serve, but then at the end of the day, man, y'all gonna go back to where y'all came from, man. And y'all gonna be in peace, man. Y'all gonna live in peace, and y'all gonna follow us. Y'all gonna take our lead, right? We gotta teach y'all. We taught that so-called white man how to be civilized in the wilderness, and all these rest of these nations. We're gonna teach y'all how to worship the Most High, right? In the sun, so-called black men. All right. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because you could really say it now to them. You could say it to an Amalekite or a fake Jew, or whatever you want to call them, a small hat. You could say it to them, and it's like, ooh, it's gonna sting even more, because it's like, damn, Mike got a point. Yeah, Mike. Why is my people doing the pride parade in the Holy Land? It don't make no sense, right? You ain't supposed to be doing whatever thou shalt wilt in the Holy Land, right? So it just makes more sense now. It can make more sense. That's why it's a good opportunity that when we do go out there, when we do bring out these scriptures, people gonna be like, yeah, they probably ain't lying, because what's going on in Israel right now is crazy. That can't be it, right? But a lot of that stuff is white supremacy. Listen, I'm white, and I'm a Jew, and everybody just believe, all right, but ain't nobody reading no scripture though. Nobody know what's supposed to be going on over there. It just don't match up with the scriptures, but it's okay, because it's white supremacy still. We on the last leg of white supremacy though. We on that last leg, right? I know y'all see that picture of that Golden Dome. I know y'all seen that picture of that Golden Dome, man. But he's gonna need more than that. He's gonna be more than that Golden Dome. All right. But that goes to show you that these nations, man, they're gonna come against the United States now. So we got to get ready because they're gonna be trying to do a whole bunch of that. And that white man gonna have to defend off that. Leviathan, the men that's going to be endowed with spiritual power. So he's going to need more than a Golden Dome. You're going to need more than that. You're going to need more than that. And it's not going to be enough, man. This place is going to be done within an hour. So says the scripture, right? It says in the scriptures, Job 41:1, can thou draw out Leviathan with a hook? Right? What submarine, what crane you got? What type of nuke you got that can explode underwater? Man, that water down there is so cold. And it says in the scripture that he maketh the deep boil like a pot. What type of creature is this thing? There ain't no nuke stopping, like the damn Godzilla right there. All right. And they're coming out with a new one too. I think it's called Space Godzilla. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm gonna watch it too. I love me some Leviathan now. That man dangerous though. What else does it say about Leviathan, man? That he plays with the ships, man. The ships are like his plaything too as well. That's why he messed up that dang Titanic. So they got a lot they got to do, and they probably know. They probably see some pictures of it and got scared. Yeah, man, but it's going to come down crazy on them. So you better get ready. And I'll praise you for the Most High for letting that so-called white man think there's going to be a fair fight. But it's not. But that's what's going on in the world, man. That's what's going on in the world. Right? That's what's going on in the world, family. Oh, one more thing. We got that. Listen, man, like, I don't know why we do. Hopefully it changes. I don't know if it's going to change because we in this kingdom and it's wicked. But this whole bearing false witness thing on brothers is crazy. All right. A woman could come out today and say, I did something to her and it's over with for me. And she'd be just lying. And it's like, as long as she got a good lawyer, I'm cooked. It's dangerous, man. I thought it was, this country is backwards, man. But anyway, what does the Most High say about that? Proverbs 19:5. Right? Let's get it. Let's get it on the big screen. I'll share my screen, and then we're gonna close out. God, I praise the Most High, simple people. God. Dang, time flew by, huh? No, but hold on. I'm gonna get one more little thing, man. Get one more little thing. Hey, Akaman Ban Yasharala. Excellent, man. I love the contribution. I know you're one of the soul brothers on here holding it down, so I appreciate you, Ark. I appreciate you. I'm about to say, I haven't seen you around. You from Chicago? You from Illinois? I don't want to dox you, though. But if you're around, man, shit, link up. But anyway, what we got? To that Elon Musk. Look at this, though. Look at this, man. So now, this man, what else? He's staring down the South African president, right? You know why he's doing that? He's about to leave office. And he wants one more favor to get some of his people out over here and to make a mockery of them South Africans. So I don't want to hear about all this. We over here diluted. All right. Y'all getting ran through by so-called white men, white Australian men, white British men, and they're like less of the population. That would never happen here. All right. Never happen. What else? What else he do? And then he left. That was the last thing. Watch. The last thing. He leaving. He's leaving. That happened like a week ago. Now he leaving. That was like his final thing. That was his final thing. So everybody's getting what they want except for our people, man. Everybody's getting what they want except for our people. Right. Now, I don't know why he pardoned Young Boy. I think he trolling Gavin Newsom. Just because Young Boy is a federal charge. That's not what Tory Lanez is going through. That's not it. So I don't know what's going on with that, though. But anyway, man, with this bear false witness, let's get it. That. Let's get the law first. Exodus. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, against your brother, against your sister, and your same nation. Right? 12 tribes of Israel. Shouldn't be doing this, man. Listen, I know it's like, you want to protect the sisterhood, but it's like, yo, what has that gotten us? Just protecting the brotherhood or the sisterhood, man. We're a threat when we're a whole family. We're a threat when we're a family. That's when we're a threat. Not just women standing with women over here and the men standing with men over here. We're a threat when we're all together, because that means Satan can't just divide like that. Right? And come over here and whisper in our woman's ear, and then come over here and entice the men, or go down to the children and get the children. He can't do that so effectively when we all together. That's why I don't understand this blind allegiance to just one sex, man, or one gender. We're a threat together. I know there's a YouTube channel I love. It's called Real Black. Real as in movie real, REEL. And it talks about how you used to, how the so-called white man used to sell and advertise in like the 1940s, 1950s to the black family, right? And you had to not only persuade the man, you had to persuade the woman, and you had to persuade the child. That's what you call family value, right? It had to have a family value. It wasn't something that the wife could have. It wasn't something that just the man could have. And it wasn't something that just the child could have. It had to be something that all of them can have. Right? So that's more of a deal, man. That's a big deal right there. You got to put more effort into this. But anyway, that's besides the point. Thou shalt not bear false witness, right? And what does it say in Proverbs? Because a lot of this stuff is going down. A lot of this unrighteousness on our people, they're being punished. They're being exposed. I don't got to talk about yours truly in New York. You know what I'm saying? Nixon 7 all the way. All them racist Caitlin Clark fans that are Indiana Pacer fans. I don't like all that stuff. Is that what we doing, so-called white man? You down so bad in basketball that you gotta call black WNBA players, so-called black women that are playing basketball in the you gotta call them thugs and all types of by names and bywords and proverbs. You gotta do all those things because they beating up on your blonde hair, blue eye. Come on, man. And then you're gonna turn around and put on a Halliburton jersey. Bro, I'm gonna need that to get done. I'm gonna need that to get done. You know what I'm saying? But that's on another note. Man, and that's what's going on in the world. And y'all know that. Listen, what does it say? A false witness shall not be unpunished, man. And he that speaketh lies shall not escape. So we got to be very careful in these last days, man, because these scriptures is coming true. Look at this, too. Got this website out. Well, so I ain't playing, man. He ain't playing where we at 36 hours later. Look at this. Y'all can check out this website if y'all want to see all this stuff that's going on. But this is what bearing false witness can get you in the last days, man. So what did she really say in that hospital, right? She said that she stepped on glass, man. And she already had cuts on her right foot before stepping on glass days before. And you could see the footage, man. So what is going on? I tried to keep it off the internet. What is going on, man? So it's this false witness, man, and it's not going to go unpunished. And I feel sorry. Because at the end of the day, the white man wins. At the end of the day, the so-called white man wins with all of this when it comes to all these legal troubles. So-called white man wins, man. Either way, he wins with that. That's why I don't know why we like to run and do all that and get the so-called white man involved in these things, because one of us going to jail. One of y'all Negroes going to jail. It don't matter. Don't matter who guilty, who did it, who didn't do it, who got school tomorrow. Don't matter. Don't matter if the car ain't yours and you just borrowed it to get here. Somebody going to jail today, because that's how the system is designed. The system is designed to collect black bodies, right? Yeah, we got to endure no matter what, man. We got to endure no matter what. But those are a couple things that's going on in the world today, and that's all I got for you today. But I'll be back on the next one. Hey, man, the water. Please like, subscribe, and share the video if you didn't already. We got 12 eyes for the 12 tribes, and it's perfect. And that's perfect, man. And I'll take that. But with that, beloved, and Akaman Ban Yasharala, beautiful class, brother. The Thawada for your contributions. And hopefully I'll see you back on the next one. But hey, man, happy first fruits to everybody, man, out there. Shalom, peace and blessings to everybody. And I'll see you on the next one.